welcome back to another episode of Happiness Matters, the show with me, Beanie Man, and Mr. Mo, the service dog here. And today, I have Mr. Awesome Frank Sinclair here. And yes, we did meet networking.
Yes.
Because we're like the super networkers in this town. We love connecting people.
Yes, we do.
We do, and we do it well. But I love... Welcome to the show, first of all.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Beanie.
And it's really fun because Frank has a little show here in town. It's what's a business? What is it called? I forgot.
The Business Blast?
The Business Blast.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and he usually interviews people. So for him
Yeah.
to be interviewed actually is a whole different ballgame for him. So I'm like, ha ha ha.
Totally flipped the script on me here.
And I do it well.
Yes, you do.
So, but anyway, I'm so happy you were here. That we made this happen. And I love your story.
Thank you.
I love your story because odds were not in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
They were not in your favor. So do you mind sharing a little bit of your story? I mean, you can share as much as little as you want.
Oh, sure. I'll be glad to do that. A lot of people out there have seen or heard about my story. Coming up, I really had some messages really ingrained in me. One of them was that you're less than other people, that you're not as good as. So those messages have led to a lot of self-sabotage in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they do for everybody. I had the same thing.
Yeah, is that right? Yeah, I believe that's true, Beanie.
I think everybody has it. I mean, growing up, it's like, oh, you can't do that. You know, they mean well.
Yeah.
A lot of times they mean well, but it's like the message we're sending to the kids. It's like, you can't do that.
Exactly.
Well, if I can't do that, what can I do? And then you can't do this, and don't touch that, and da-da-da. And seriously, I mean, you know, and some have it more than others. So, and it's tough to get that limiting belief and that set back out of your head.
It is tough, and no disrespect to my parents or my environment, but that's simply what we came up in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you didn't believe much about yourself.
Right.
So my parents finished 6th and 8th grade respectively, so education wasn't really a big part of something that was talked about.
Not a priority.
Not a priority at all. So my escape was the military. So
Mm-hmm.
I joined the Air Force when I was 18, spent 8 years there.
I won't hold that against you because we're Army
that's
people.
Okay.
That's okay.
We're on the same team.
I know.
We just execute differently.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
But there's a lot of great, funny competition
there
in the
is.
city, right?
It's so awesome.
We just love it. We love it. We love our Army folk. And
Right. I love all our military. It's just
too.
fun. That I love a little bantering going back and forth with it. It's just,
yeah.
I mean, it's all in good fun and
It
stuff.
is.
You know,
Yeah.
so, okay.
Yeah.
So you joined the
I joined the Air Force,
fly
and
birds?
I ended up at the
Space
Flabbirds.
cadets.
The desk jockeys. There's more. We got more.
No. Moving on.
I know a guy the other day called us the desk force. I was going, what? Yeah, well, I did sit behind the desk, so I can't. I did. But anyway, in Peterson Air Force Base was my first duty assignment when I was 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
And coming here
What
to
a great
Colorado,
assignment.
I know. Geography was not high on my list, 'cause I didn't even know Colorado was a state. I didn't until I ended up coming here.
I grew up in Germany. You know how I learned about Colorado?
How's that?
So there's a German TV show host, Thomas Gottschalk,
Uh-huh.
and there's the gummy bears, the company's Haribo, and they actually had a gummy mix, and they called that Colorado.
Oh, really?
And they filmed it at the Grand Canyon. I think that's, fun fact.
That's kind of confusing.
I know. Tell me
Grand
about
Canyon's not in Colorado.
it. Yeah, but nobody outside of here knows that, apparently.
Evidently.
Anyway.
I lived in North Carolina, and I didn't even know about the beautiful Colorado.
Right.
But I
So you
came
came here?
Yeah, I woke up here as an 18-year-old, and it was tremendous. I suddenly gained a lot of support around me, a lot of people that were helping me, people that saw the inherent talent in me. So I moved very quickly in the military. I left here after 3 years, went to North Carolina for 18 months, then was stationed on Okinawa, Japan for my last 3 years.
And you know, quick with the military, what I love is that camaraderie. It doesn't matter where you go.
Yeah.
You know, you always have friends, even if you never met them.
Exactly.
They're always, hey, welcome.
Yeah.
You know, this is what's really cool. This is where you should stay away from, and blah 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 blah. What can we do for you?
Yeah.
It is, and it doesn't matter where in the world you go. If there's military, they're family.
Indeed.
Their family.
And brothers and sisters in
Right.
arms. So, absolutely. But I had a great time there. I rose to be the second youngest E6 in the entire Air Force.
Oh, wow.
When I was
Congratulations.
on,
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah,
Bless you,
it was nice. But it was the beginning of an unraveling of Frank. Because all those messages about not being good enough, being less than other people, etc. I came from a background, our schools didn't even integrate till I was in the 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
So really, those messages were hard. It's very difficult to really do
It's like
justice.
part of the DNA at that point.
Yeah, those beliefs, those limiting beliefs. So I got there and I was like, oh my God, they're gonna find me out. I'm over my head. This is unbelievable. I don't deserve this. And I'm
See, that not deserving is a big part of that. You're not good enough, you know, and you'll never make it and everything. I mean, that it's all connected. It all comes together.
It does. It does. So a smorgasbord of disaster.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I spent the last year of my 8 years in the Air Force unraveling and undoing all the good I'd done the first 7. So I drank, partied, and the last year I got in a lot of trouble and destroyed my career. By the time I got to 8 years, they wouldn't even let me re-enlist.
Oh, wow.
So I had to get out.
I know that's bad because,
you got into a bad place.
You got into a really bad place. It's like, no, we're done with you.
From superstar to where I
Hero to zero.
Yeah, and zero is really what I felt that I deserved.
Oh, wow.
So I had a girlfriend and I was going to just stay in Japan. Military, you can't discharge on foreign soil.
Right.
So I had to come back to America to discharge. So I left my clothes, my car, my apartment, everything came back to discharge with a plan to go back. You know, the best laid plans of a drunkard. And that's what it really was. I came back with North Carolina, said bye to my family, and for some, really, I still can't unravel the reason other than all this has happened to me.
Well, I don't believe in coincidences.
There are no coincidences.
You know, and I believe we all have a higher calling and we all have a purpose.
We do, we do, and it took that to help me to see mine. So I came back to Colorado just on a whim, just to come through on my way back to Japan. So and I holed up in an old motel down on South Nevada for 3 weeks, went out partying. When I woke up 3 weeks later, I'd blown all my money and didn't have a way back to Japan.
Oh.
Didn't have my ticket, so I became.
But you had fun. But we remembered anyways.
Yeah, I think I had fun. I'm not real sure. I'm sure a lot of other people had more fun at my expense than I did. So yeah, because you want to be the life of the party when you don't have much self-esteem and you want to make everyone happy and etc. So I blew my money doing that, and I ended up as a homeless guy here on the streets of Colorado Springs. And the odd part about it is that becoming homeless for me was almost like a revelation, because all those messages that I had gotten was not good enough, don't measure up, don't deserve.
And here's your proof.
And here's my proof. So I felt like I was homeless.
It's those self-fulfilling prophecies.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because again, and I talk about it a lot, it's like what you think about, you bring about, and what you believe and you put out there, you get.
Yep.
Because the universe says, as you wish.
As you wish,
as
so you have, right? And I got it. And you know what? I like the homeless life. I like the not the responsibility, and people out there like it. It's just a subculture of a bigger culture.
Right.
It has rules, it has leaders, it has all of the things that a larger culture has in a microculture.
Right.
So for me, as I usually do, I rose to leadership in the homeless community. And I stayed out there. One guy, I used to sleep underneath this bush in Acacia Park every day because it was sunny and that was the time to sleep.
How about in the winter?
Yeah, well, I wasn't out there long enough to have to explore the winter.
Good for you. Otherwise, the homeless story would not have been so much fun.
I don't know. Yeah, lot of the compadres still hung out there doing, wait,
Right.
you make a way, and this is a very generous town, so
Right.
shelters open up during the winter and
Mhm.
other things do, so I'm sure I would have made it fine.
Yeah.
But
I'm glad you
thankfully-
didn't have to.
Yeah, me too. Me
Do that
too.
long. So
in
you were under that
retrospect.
bush there in Acadia?
Underneath the bush, and a guy used to come through the park every day, and he would notice me, and over time his curiosity got the best of him, so he walked over and asked me, he says, you know what, man, you don't look like what I would envision a regular homeless guy. What's your story? How did you get here? And I told him that, and he took me home with him.
Wow.
And that guy still lives in Colorado Springs today, works at the Olympic Training Center.
Very
I
cool.
won't give his name, but we're still very good friends
Nice.
today. And that was...
He was your guardian angel.
Well, he was...
He was something.
He was something. Yeah, and I don't know if guardian angel is too extreme of a term. So for me, that's definitely what he was in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He saw beyond the obvious and looked to something else.
And I like that because it's like everybody has a story, and we don't know why people are in situations they are in.
Right.
You know, but we're so quick to judge.
Yes.
And put people in boxes and, you know, those little cookie cutters and everything. And I always laugh, it's like the box and the cookie cutter for me hasn't been invented.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I mean, no,
I
but
would
people
agree.
do that. And I'm guilty of that
Me too. Me too.
Because
absolutely.
human,
Yeah,
you know.
that's what humans do.
Right.
You know, the one thing part about it is we can't know everybody.
Right.
So when people say you make assumptions, of course you make assumptions. You know, how could one navigate a life without making an assumption?
Right.
Nobody has that much time in the day to get to know every human being
Right.
that's in your circle.
Right.
So,
But I
yeah.
love, you know, it's like taking time and getting to know people and talk and get a deeper connection. So good for you that this guy was looking and he saw beyond.
Saw beyond
He saw the
obvious.
Frank we know now.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the Frank yet, but
No, it wasn't yet, but
it's been a number
I
of years.
believe
Yeah.
he saw that in you, and
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
do
you know
too.
what? It's like there's more to you, and you can be more. And yes, you are deserving, and yes, you are worth it, and all of those good things.
Absolutely.
You know, and by giving you not the handout but the hand up,
Yep.
you know, it made all the difference.
It made all the difference. Within a couple of weeks, I was working in Adelphia, had an apartment in a few weeks. Oh, this guy was engaged. He was scheduled to be married within 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And the parameters around my coming to his house was, man, you're going to have to find something in 3 weeks because, you know, yeah, I'm not bringing my wife in here and you living here, you know.
Right.
So, yeah,
Right.
where you meet this guy? Oh, in Acacia Park.
Under a bush.
Yeah, I thought I'd just bring him home one day, done.
He's the Acacia Park bushman.
Yeah, not good out the honeymoon. So,
It's like, no.
so I found a job immediately. It was really awesome, and went to work there 1 year later. 1 year from sleeping underneath a bush in Acacia Park, everything aligned, and I became the chief of the fuels management branch
Very cool.
for Raytheon at the Air Force Academy.
Wow. But you know the thing is, when you put yourself out and you're open to receive too, you know, and you're like, okay, I make the decision to do better. Just make the decision. And I'm always blown away. Once I make a decision, how the universe delivers and the speed of delivery blows my mind every single time.
Well, you're certainly a testament of that.
Thank
So
you.
what's happened in your life that I've been able to observe over the last year has been nothing less than incredible.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so you were there.
I've worked there, you know, I've done a lot of jobs since. Worked at Colorado Springs Utilities for a period of time. My most dynamic and most fun job was doing leadership development, interpersonal communications, facilitations
Nice.
on a corporate level, which I did for many years, and which required a lot of travel, a lot of time. And quite honestly, I look back on those days and it was probably more ego-filled for me because, once again, I had risen to a level that everyone was oohing and ahhing over, and the end goal was for me was their oohs and ahs, not that I had achieved that that level of
well, because I mean,
work.
we're humans, and we all want that affirmation,
Yeah.
and we want to feel like we belong, and we're part of something, you know. And I mean, who doesn't like have a little entourage? I mean,
well, everyone likes to have a little entourage.
Well,
You have an entourage. So.
I don't know about that, but
Oh, yes.
I mean, we all like for people. I mean, you know, for me, it's like I want to strive to be better. So when people look at me, they're like, you know what? If she can do it, I can.
I do too.
That's what I'm striving for.
Well, and I think that you're doing very well.
Look at you. Have you looked in the mirror lately, dude? I'm like,
yeah.
thank you. Give me.
But I think just like for both of us, though, Beanie, is that people are ready for those things at certain times in their life. Certain times it can destroy you.
2 years ago, I wasn't ready to do what I'm doing now.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have been ready.
Yeah.
I would have
the
not
applause and the accolades for me at that time in my life, I wasn't ready for. Because that was the end game. That should never be your end game.
No, it shouldn't.
Should be just a byproduct
Right.
of you doing good work, right?
Exactly.
So that was my end game.
At some point, you got a clue because I know that's different now.
Yeah, it was
If
hard.
somebody come by, it's like, here, Frank, here's a clue. Take it.
Yeah, you're a legend in your own mind, buddy. So.
It's your fantasy. Tell it your way.
Yeah. Are we supposed to be having this much fun, or yes?
There's no such thing as too much fun,
Yeah,
by the
isn't
way.
that the truth? Yeah, yeah. That's why I was really excited to come by
Thank you.
and to sit with you, because I knew happiness matters.
It does.
Who the heck does not want to be interviewed by someone that writes a book called Happiness Matters?
Well, I know, there's that. Right.
Please.
But no, but seriously, so you got to the point where you got, you know, people are like, hey, good job, you know, look at you, Frank, way to go, blah, 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 blah. And that's what you wanted at the time. So then what?
Well, then certain tragedies happened. I went through a divorce after 20 years of marriage.
Oh, wow.
And a year of that, my kids were estranged from me. They wouldn't talk to me. So that was the outcome of that lifestyle, because I really did bring it on. I did. And
You brought it on like Donkey Kong.
I brought it on. I did.
I'm sorry, sometimes
okay.
stuff like that just pops in my head, and it wants to be shared.
That's right. Well, this is your party. I'm just
there's that
so
too.
you just keep sharing them, ladies. There you go. And I recognize, you know, that my ex-wife and I are very good friends today.
Oh, good.
And my wife Michelle and her are friends. So we've navigated that and things, but that was the maturing of Frank Sinclair. It really was. It took a lot of time for me not to do things simply for applause, but to start
Because it doesn't
doing
get you far.
things. No, it doesn't. You run in the same thing that led to the demise of my Air Force career was the same thing that I was continuing to seek here. Yeah, so it was obvious that I was given a certain degree of talent, skills, and abilities, and a charismatic personality and ability to draw people in. But that was the goal.
I wouldn't know anything about charisma.
No. Off camera we'll teach you.
Thank you.
This charisma thing, it ain't that hard.
Okay, so did you wake up one morning and was like, okay, this isn't working? Or what happened?
No, I don't think.
Or was it just a gradual?
It was gradual. It was, you know, unfolding, allowing people into my life and tell me the truth about me. So the self-discovery was helped facilitated by a lot of other people that loved me. They cared about me.
And it truly does take a village.
Yeah.
It really does take. It took a village for me.
Yeah.
You know, through different places and different times and everything, but it does take a village. Absolutely.
Yeah, everything aligned at one time, and no one gets there, because who would want to get to destination? That's no
The
fun.
journey is the fun.
That's the fun of it.
It was
So,
like, bam, there's a wall. Whoops.
So we don't arrive, but we keep traveling, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we do, and that's the journey that I'm on right now.
Well, because here's the thing, if you're not growing, you're dying.
I know.
So I
and
forgot
you're
who said
dying
it.
anyway, so you might as well grow. You know.
And have fun on the way.
I'm just saying, exactly.
I mean,
last time I looked, nobody gets out alive, so.
You know, it's so funny. So, fun fact, squirrel moment. So, one day, my younger son comes up, and my kids are so smart. They're so awesome. I love them. And he comes up, he goes, so technically, because I said, we all have to die anyway. He goes, well, technically, we're terminal the second we're born.
Yep.
Wrong.
No, why?
We're terminal the second we're conceived.
Yeah.
And I told him
totally
exactly what I told him. He goes,
absolutely.
gosh darn it, he just walked away.
Yeah. Now,
So,
that squirrel moment could lead you into a lot of other arguments.
I know, right? You're like, oh my gosh, she opened that can of worms. No, we didn't, we're closing it. Fan close.
There you go.
Just close it. Done.
Indeed.
Right, but I mean, it really is. It's like, enjoy life, enjoy the journey, enjoy who you are and the people you meet, well, most of them. Yeah. I just did my podcast on taking out the trash.
Oh,
It hasn't aired yet, but by the time this shows, it's probably aired.
okay.
But getting rid of the toxic everything in your life, you know, the news and the negative and the people and taking out the trash. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's important,
I like that. I probably have a slightly different take and you're right, I don't do news and, you know, the negative feeds and those type things anymore, but you need some of those negative people to help.
It's called balance in the universe.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have light. You can't have light without the dark. You need to acknowledge.
There has to be a contrast, right?
You need to acknowledge the one so you can appreciate the other.
Absolutely.
You know, it doesn't mean you have to live over here.
Yes,
You're just like, yeah, okay, it's there. I'll focus over here.
Exactly. Exactly. It redirects you and helps you to know that what you're sending out is the right thing.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So we're not bummed about naysayers, you know.
No.
Not bummed about.
Not at
I think
all.
you and I really have a mission together. One of the reasons that we have so much chemistry is to.
Did you hear that? We have chemistry.
Yeah, chemistry. That's the word. Yeah. Okay. Michelle, if you're looking, it's not that chemistry. But,
no, it's not. I love you too.
I love you too.
You know, like my brother from another mother.
Yeah. I'm too old for her anyway. But anyway.
Hey, my husband is a college junior. I love saying that. That's fun. But anyway.
I think we really look at our city. We love Colorado Springs. We love this city, and we really want to help bring the good vibes.
Right.
We want to help people to see that the next iteration of the power of Colorado Springs is people like Beanie and I coming in and helping to bring the positive.
Right. And I love connecting people, and I know you do too.
Yes.
You know, because I said that for years. Like when we moved here, I live here for 10 years now.
Yeah.
And I always said, you know, with our military families, like, let me know what you need. I know somebody. Or I know somebody who knows somebody.
Exactly.
You know, and it's really, I mean, life is really about the human connections and the friendships and the bonds that we build. You know, and how can we help each other? It's not, oh, I can't talk to you because you're a life coach too, and you will steal all my clients. Baloney. There's so much for everybody, and the people that I'm looking for are not the people he's looking for, and vice versa. I mean, there's enough for everybody, and that's just the thing, you know. And it's like, but that's what I love here in this community too. You know, there's at least because you know your vibe attracts your tribe, and what you focus on, you see more of. What you think about, you bring about. So I see more and more people who are like, hey, I don't care that we're in the same field. How can I help you?
Exactly.
And there's more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
And it just makes my heart sing.
Yeah.
It absolutely makes my heart sing. It's
too.
So.
Yeah.
Squeak.
And it doesn't hurt that we are in the best business environment in the history of this city.
Right.
That doesn't hurt at all, but it doesn't last forever. That's a cyclical thing. So we're trying to build a footprint that a positivity goes regardless of the environment,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. And it's so funny. So everywhere I go, there's Frank.
You're welcome.
Thank you. No, but I mean, I just love how engaged you are in this community. I mean, you're on like boards and committees, and I mean, I'm on a couple, but you know, but it's like, it is so cool, and it's like, I can talk to anybody. It's like, hey, you needed to connect with Frank. Frank Sinclair? Yes. Oh, I know Frank. Well, talk to him.
Oh my.
And, you know, every once in a while I run into somebody, they're like, huh? Who?
Yeah.
I said, well, let me clue you in here. Mm-hmm. You know, so, but I mean, it is just, I just love your heart. I love your story and the story of strength. And it's like, you know, stuff happens to all of us.
Yeah.
You know, and we all fall.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how many times we fall. As long as you get up one more time, then you fell.
Yeah.
You know, it's like fall 10, get up 11.
There we go.
You know, and don't stay. I mean, stuff happens.
It does.
But we're so conditioned to stay in the negative.
Yep.
And do this, I call it the what if down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of imagining all the things that could go right, we go like, oh my God, if that happens, and then this and that, I mean, it is just, and it's so hard to pull yourself back out of it.
It is.
You know, and the best thing to do really is like, be aware of it, that you're in it. Okay, if you're miserable, really, if you're miserable and you're like, oh, I hate my life and I hate my job and I hate everything and da, stop. Just stop. Just stop. And focus on the fact, hey, look, you're alive, you are capable, you can do something, reach out for help.
Yes.
You know, whether it's a psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor, coaches, friends, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
It does not matter.
Right.
You know, it's like, hey, you know what? I'm in a rut. I don't know how to get out. Who do you know who can help me? And to that's huge.
It is huge.
You know, and I'm one of these people. It was always hard for me to ask for help.
Yeah. I find more of that than I do the other.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's hard, but here's the thing, don't be afraid to ask for help. That doesn't mean you're weak.
No.
The people won't look at you like loser or whatever. No, just no. Ask for help. Actually, to me, asking for help, and I learned that, you know, over the years, is like asking for help actually to me shows enormous strength.
It does.
It shows enormous strength because first of all, you are aware. You have woken up. Now you're aware, I need help, and I realize I can't do it on my own.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, and that's huge.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Nobody does this stuff on their own.
No, we might think I was like, well, you know, I don't need anybody, and I was like, yeah, we do.
Yeah, if you're successful, there's been someone holding up your arms along the way.
I mean, I have coaches, you have coaches.
No,
I mean, we all work, you know. I mean,
yeah.
That's how we do.
Yes,
that's how we grow, and that's how we learn, and it's just having fun.
Yeah.
Because
having fun.
Having fun.
Yeah.
Fun. That's, you know, I have a tiara.
Oh no, do you really?
Yes, and earlier this afternoon I was thinking maybe I should wear my tiara for the interview. And then I forgot.
I think we're having enough fun without the tiara. So it's just fun.
It is fun. It is fun. It is.
When you make business fun, instead of making it a drag, oh my God.
Oh, I know.
I gotta get up and do that again.
I know.
You know, and I know you probably do it as well. So I tell people many times, if you don't have the energy for what you're doing, you really need to evaluate it's what you're doing is where your energy should be extended.
Well, and the thing is, a chapter in my book is actually called Go With The Flow.
Yeah.
And that's your flow. If you constantly hit obstacles, and you hit a wall, and things are hard, and things are tough, you're not in your flow. You're shooting yourself.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
It really is that simple.
And we're not knocking people that hold regular jobs and, you know, take care of their families that way.
No, because we all have to do what we have to do.
We gotta do what we gotta do. I'll dig a ditch to make sure my family's taken care of.
But you know, the thing too is like the way you approach things, you can say like, oh my gosh, and Monday, and I hate my job. Stop that. Stop that talk, you know. So it's like, you know what? Yay, Monday, another week, you know, another opportunity for me to make sure my family has a roof over their head and food on the table, clothes on their backs and everything. I mean, look at it from the bright side. The fact that you get to do that, you have a job that you get to go to. Not that you have to go to, you get to go to it.
How incredible is that?
Right?
Just a perspective. This matters of perspective.
I know, right? That's funny how that works.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere.
I don't know where. But I mean, the way we talk to ourselves, it makes all the difference.
It does.
It makes all the difference.
Yeah, and you and I, we aren't at a place where all of our talk is positive to ourselves. We have to still, but I think we're at a place where we recognize.
We recognize it much faster.
Yeah.
I mean, I still go like,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, LBA. You hit
Was
yourself rather hard there, young lady.
That's okay.
Easy on that head, please.
No, but seriously, no, but I mean, we are the worst people when we talk to ourselves.
Oh my.
And I ask people sometimes, and I know I did it on a previous show, it's like, would you be offended if somebody talked to you the way you talk to yourself?
Oh, what a good question.
Right?
Oh my.
Right?
Yeah.
Would you be offended if somebody would talk to you the way you talk to yourself? If your answer is yes, here's your sign.
There's your sign.
Stop it.
That's an incredible insight there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in that one.
Go
Just
for
saying.
it. Go for it. 10% go to me.
Yeah. Put it on my running account.
Okay. But I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it is really, it's so simple.
Yep.
It's just, but we're running on autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
We're just reacting to people's circumstances and whatever comes our way because we're just reacting.
Exactly.
We don't take the time to just like, you know what, stop.
Mm-hmm.
This is not serving me.
Yeah.
I'm miserable.
Yeah.
Why am I miserable? Well, because I'm allowing all the garbage in.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm talking to me in a way that I would smack somebody upside the head if they talk to me that way.
Indeed.
You know, that's why.
Yeah.
So, but once you're aware of that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you pay attention, you catch it faster. I'm actually doing so. 5-day mental challenge. Mental diet. It's a fun one. For 10 days, whatever. 2 days. I don't care. No negative thoughts.
Oh, wow.
No negative thoughts.
Tell me how that works. I'd love to see the outcome of that.
Well, I'm in my 3rd year. That's how that works.
Oh, really? You've not had any negative thoughts for 3 years?
No.
Oh, okay.
Here's how that diet works. So for 5 days, or 2 days, 1 day, I don't care, exactly. No negative thoughts. As soon as you catch one, you stop that in your tracks and you turn it into a positive.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, when you're driving, anybody driving?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody get irritated by other drivers while driving? Right? So what do? We unleash everything that is built up inside and we unleash it on that one person.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. They're long gone. And we're holding on for what, 20, 30 minutes or whatever?
Yep.
Okay. As soon as you catch that, stop. So instead of unleashing your fury and being all ticked off at that one person, look around and be grateful for all the others that didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And your diet starts over.
Indeed.
And that's why I'm in my 3rd year or something.
Oh, okay. I like it.
But what it does is, and in the beginning it took me a hot minute to realize it. You know, I was going on, I was like, you stop, and I was going on for quite a while. And I was like, oh, that's what that is. So, yeah, but now I catch it.
Yeah.
Fairly fast. I mean, usually within less than a minute.
Yeah.
I catch it.
That's good.
And sometimes I do it on purpose. When somebody really irritates me, I'm like, you, diet's starting over.
New diet. Here we go.
And I drive pretty much every day, so.
Yeah, I do too.
That's why I'm in my 3rd year, or wherever I am.
Well, good.
But that's how that works. But I mean, what happens is over time, because now you're aware. Now you're aware. Because like with a regular food diet, when you're on a regular food diet, you pay attention to what you put in your mouth.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I can't eat that because, but now you have that awareness with that negative, with that mental diet, it works the same way.
Yeah, stop putting that in your mouth, right?
But you don't put it in your mouth, you put it in your brain.
Yeah.
Eat your words, man, eat your words. But that's how that works.
Yeah.
And then you'll catch faster and faster and faster. And now sometimes I do it on purpose and then it's like, here goes my diet. I do that too.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of times now where I'm just going, it's like, you know what, not worth it. Not worth it. I'm sorry you have stuff going on in your life that you have to act like a jerk here. You know, moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
And that's
You know,
always the best way to look at it. As we started this segment, we never know what someone else has going on in their life.
Exactly. And that's what the show really is. It's like inspire and help and, you know, something.
Yeah.
Something. So, anyway.
Yeah.
So good to have you on the show.
So good to be here.
Maybe we should start a show together.
We should.
That would be fun.
Yeah, the Beanie and Frank show, huh?
Don't forget
With
Mo.
Mo.
Mo's like, oh, whoa.
The Mo show.
The Mo
Yeah,
show.
with
I
guest
know.
stars
It was
for
so
Beanie
cute.
and Frank.
I love you. It's like, yes. He's looking at me like, okay.
Yes, I'll
Let's
take a
do
little bit of that. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for being here with us
You're
today, Frank, and
welcome.
sharing your story.
You bet.
And I'm just so glad you're part of my tribe.
I am too. I'm
You're
glad to
stuck
be a
with
part
me
of your tribe.
forever now.
Yeah, I'm stuck like glue, young lady.
Aw.
Yeah, let's go change the world.
No, I really do appreciate and love you and admire you, and I just think you are a real gift to the city.
Thank you.
So you really are.
Yeah, the feeling's
And not just
mutual.
the city, but
Yeah.
everywhere now. So
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Thanks for inviting me.
Anytime.
You bet.
Anytime you want to come by, let me know.
I will.
So thanks everybody for watching another episode of Happiness Matters with me and Mo and Frank. And we'll be back. I don't know with who, but we'll figure that out as we go along. So be happy, be kind, be loved. Have a good one.
Yeah,
Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.